Unfortunately, neither of these teams communicate in English. What I mean, unfortunately, I don't mean culturally. I mean for you, the viewer at home. Because most of you watching probably speak English, and you probably want to hear what's being talked about. Because Lost One speaks Portuguese and BDS speaks French, probably not going to be able to understand it. Still, for those that are watching that do speak either of those languages, we will attempt to be quiet during parts of the timeouts and the post rounds, especially if the teams are getting quite rowdy. Just a nice thing that we're trying.
Yeah.
We noticed a couple days ago that, you could very easily hear the coaches speaking, and you could very easily hear the players shouting at each other, and hey, it's good content.
No, that it certainly is, and a very rare insight to also get, both as a fan of the game, as a caster of the game. So when we have these rare opportunities, I feel like they should be taken. And it's been very enjoyable to listen to and very insightful, I have to say as well. And sometimes you just get a really realistic view into just what can happen in terms of team comms when things are heated or frustrated, or like what the issues might be seen as in the team itself. And again, very valuable experience and insight to have as a fan of the game.
Absolutely correct. Operator bans have rolled in, by the way. BDS don't like Lion, and Zami is taken out of action. Now, Lion is an intriguing one because it was a staple operator of the Lost One offense on Skyscraper. Lost don't like Flores, despite playing it a lot on their attacks, and also don't like Valk at all. Those are gone. Again, though, Lost won at least one round because of that Valk cam inside a bedroom. So these were two operators that I honestly thought provided a ton of value for this Lost One team in the previous map. Now, obviously, operators play differently depending on the map, depending on the bomb sites, depending on the way you want to approach them. And if they're banning out Flores and they're banning out Valkyrie, then Lost One very clearly know how to play this map without them being staples.
Yeah. Also, I would say that with Valkyrie's ban rate across, averagely across the map for the last, 2 years, across any map rather, every single team has gotten comfortable playing without the Valkyrie. And I would argue that some teams might struggle playing with Valkyrie open because you're not really looking for those Valkyrie cameras as much as you used to be back before that ban phase was even a thing. So, shouldn't be too unfamiliar ground from either team. Flores and Villa also has a relatively high ban rate, as the Retero drones get so much value, as Villa has a lot of pain points with deployable shields and pieces of utility are a major factor. Also those Goyo canisters on the bomb site itself. If time runs low for Lost One here, that is going to be a problem. But not if Dash can have a say in that. It's going to clear one, make that two, as well as a single jammer, and the drone even stays alive. It's a good first 50 seconds spent for Lost One. They have yet to make any progress in the map itself. They're mostly outside the buildings, kind of figuring out where the entry points are going to be. With the exception of Lobin downstairs, tossing out 2 grenades. Not really doing any damage, but oh, Shaiko, he found Stutz. That's Finka.
Very first pick. BDS were about even with Lost when it came to first bloods on Skyscraper. In fact, just doing basic math, I think Lost actually came out ahead by a single first blood.
Yeah.
So Lost are getting these early advantages, but are still not translating those to rounds. There are 3 very distinct stages in a Rainbow Six map.
Yeah, that there are. Stage 1 is going to be your discovery phase, as we call it. You're gonna be, what you see right now, essentially, droning out information, get into the building. Stage 2, you're gonna start fighting. This is the setup, right? You're gonna fight for the gun that you care about, and sometimes you lose those gunfights as Shaiko finds Maya and fights for more.
Makes it look so easy. Lobin, don't lose your head. Shaiko denied the ace by Alems, who was unable to get a kill in the entire first half of Skyscraper. Ended up getting onto the score sheet afterwards, but it took him a while. He gets a kill in the very first moment of the very first rounds. Rise gets a drop onto Shaiko, who will continue to bleed out. You might as well secure the kill. Why not? Do it for the stats. Drone still in the corner, giving intel on Shaiko's position. Rise has a lot more work to be done, though. 4 players to be found on BDS. 30 seconds to go. Nobody over towards 90, but one on landing. That's EFAC, and round number 1 goes to BDS.
Yeah.
Calmons-nous, frérot. Titre quoi? Focus.
Oh, it's okay.
Focus,
I
focus,
was
focus.
gonna
It's the
say-
same in every language.
Yeah, I would say I don't speak much French, but I see them making like weird sounds and noises and like expressions, and then he's like focus, focus, focus. So having too much fun here, perhaps. RE Team BDS. It is Villa defense. It is arguably the easy part about this matchup is going to be defending this map, as attacking is significantly more difficult. But going back to the stages of a round, because that's going to be valid every single round. The very first stage, about the first minute and 30 seconds of that round, that is going to be your discovery phase as an attacker, where you drone out the map, figure out the roamers are. Do you want to go for a direct attack? So in this case, attack master bedroom itself head on into the bomb site, or go for a roam clear, right? Go to the south side of the map into office and go all the way through it. Then, once that roughly 1 minute 30 seconds has passed, you're in stage 2. That is going to be the setup. At this point, you should be near the bomb site, fighting opponents or just finished fighting those opponents, and figure out exactly how you are going to plan on the third stage, which is the execute. So you have a discovery, into setup, into execute. And if you do it correctly and do it well, you'll win the round, just like that in an ABC kind of fashion. Defenders, of course, you can either play just on the bomb side and wait for the attackers to come to you, or get aggressive, right? Contest them when they want to enter the building, slow them down, maybe get a kill. Do what Shaiko just did. Run around, get 3 kills, basically just win the round for your team. And the people on the bomb side, they didn't do a thing. Ride didn't fire a bullet. Neither did Renshiro. And they didn't, well, Renshi actually, is that a different assist? I can never tell with the order these days. You know them by Hard Parker?
So it goes kill, death, assist, KDA.
Okay, so he did fire a bullet. That was my only point. Renshi fired a bullet, but Bride did not.
Maybe it was a gadget. Maybe Renshiro was playing an operator with a gadget.
Valid point.
I know that.
Valid point, actually.
It doesn't undermine what you're saying, by the way.
Yeah. No, my point. Yeah, point being that sometimes as an anchor player, the side player, you don't need to do much. You sit on cameras, give information if there is any to be. Ooh!
That's
don't tell me he fell off the edge. He must have, because no enemies nearby.
This could be a subtle way of telling us that it was Shaiko who's the reason why he's in that position, but Loban's picked back up. That does waste time, though.
It does.
Because somebody has to come get you. Villa's a very large map, one of the largest maps in the map pool, and if nobody's nearby, that can be 10 to 15 seconds in each direction that you're running to retrieve that last player. 30 seconds is make or break in a lot of these rounds. So something small like that, that snowballs.
Yeah.
And each avalanche starts as a single snowflake.
And Loban only has 20 HP to make things even worse.
Oh no, Shaiko, that's a clone. There you go. See, remember when I said sometimes
Yeah,
I get a little
I was scared.
I was like, there's no way. Dash on the hunt. Shaiko takes out Maya before Dash can get there, but Shaiko,
He reads it.
he knows it's coming. Beautifully done. How do you even contend with this? Loban tries to get into the bomb site. He's been boxed out. Those castle barricades protected by the laser gates. He'll link up with the rest of his team, focusing on astronomy. Rise upside down. There's only 2 players from Lost left. Loban is one of the last surviving players despite being down so earlier. BDS hurtling towards a flawless round, and if they keep playing the way they've played so far, they're going to get it. Loban creeping up, diffuser nearby. It's Rise to take some damage. BDS ever so patient. Both players have lost inside a bathroom. A logic bomb will go off for flank watch, just for good measure, but Lost is losing out on time at this point. Finally a kill, but there's only a single one, and hilariously, it's actually Loban who gets the kill on a tiny portion of HP. Trading out immediately, BDS get both kills inside of the bathroom to go up 2-0. Timeout by Lost one already.
I mean, I think that's the right call with how things are going and how they were. The last time when they took the timeout, they started winning.
Isso daí já é falta de capricho do que a gente sempre fez. Nosso melhor lá, vocês vão trazer essa porra de volta. Léo, na hora que você tá com a aviação, que você tava treinando bastante coisa, tinha cara na principal, porque eu acho que não tinha.
Of course, as a coach, you get to watch all 5 point of views without bias, without pressure, more importantly as well.
Causa e sai, passa uma mensagem, viado. Tá ligado? Eles estão dando muito
So
espaço
there's
pra
more
jogar,
often
pra
not
fazer
very
essa
valid things to be taken away from this.
tá ligado? Pra brincar. Entra, pune essa kill, volta, já libera espaço do outro lado. Não vê espaço e fica com medo de entrar.
And it seems very evident to me, at least, that there has been some things noticed that wants to be, or the coach rather, wants to correct in this. And last time, need I remind you the exact scenario, it was after Lost One was down 0-4, technical timeout was taken. They won the following 3 rounds, found opening kills, everything, massive success. And I'm sure it's not that simple as technical timeout, coach says some words, boom, magic happens. But when you're finding yourselves in a tough place, having just a breather for a full minute where you're not under pressure or stress or in that environment of fighting someone like BDS, where your coach can give you some words of motivation, encouragement, also strategical elements that he thinks, or that he sees rather, and knows that are going wrong in your gameplay, that can definitely make the difference. It can be as simple as what operators you should play. Things that he notices of weaknesses from the opponent themselves, or saying, guys, I notice right now the vibes are down. We function better when the vibes are high. Get it together, get back into it. We are one team. Don't fight each other. I know it's easier to say, but despite 5 people working together in a professional setting and you are on the same page and same team, sometimes there can be a bit of conflict because you see the game differently, or of course bits of frustration in the server when things aren't going the right way. Every team has gone through it at some point, even the most successful ones.
I think there was frustration that was showing through as well, right?
Yeah.
I obviously don't speak Portuguese, and I know that the manner in which they speak and the mannerisms they use might be different from the ones that we use in North America, and even the ones that Canada uses versus America. I get that much.
Yeah.
But it certainly seemed like the coach of Lost One was not particularly happy.
No, should he be, right? If you're losing 0-2 now, you're down 0-4 in the previous map, and you're losing a match that you believe you should be winning, I wouldn't be happy either, because you expect more from yourself and from each other.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a minute in, and Lost One's already in the building. EFAC discovered, but has a long avenue to get back up through the basement. It's a part seldom used. Shaiko with a run out while we're watching EFAC scamper off. Rise is gone. It's an explosion. I'm assuming that's a nitro cell that goes off.
Can't be actually, no. 2 nitros in pocket, 4 impacts in pocket. Something else went off. Could be a bit of a breach in charge, perhaps.
Yeah, it could have been a breach in charge above, actually. Yeah, dash.
Yeah, dash
down 1, yeah. Understandable.
Oh, bit of
Ash, speaking of, by the way, gets 1 kill, 2 to add to the tally. Finka Surge goes off, Dots a kill as well. The dot dash combo. Dash yet another, what is happening? Losts are just collapsing on this bomb site. Free-Day pulls a nitro cell, it's a little bit too late. He saw one, can't secure. Loben in a tricky position. Easily thwarting the defense is set out by BDS. Lost One, recover. Have a very strong, very nice round.
I mean, they played well off each other, but I have to say, BDS making more mistakes than Lost One were succeeding in that round. There was 0 reason for Leaky Fack and Shaco to peek Astro stairs and Brown stairs. I noted down here, ego peek. There is 0 reason for it. You go top floor, you have vertical control off the bomb site, Brede, grinding information, you can shut down that member of Lost One up above. At the very least, maybe wait a second, because you're swinging into a pre-fire from Dash, and he wins both of those gunfights with ease. A 3rd one after, of course, on towards the bomb site itself, and Lost One, they just steal the round. But that's the tertiary bomb site for BDS. That is arguably the easiest one to get. So it's expected of Lost One to find the victory there, if any. The real challenge is, can they win on the hardest one, which is going to be the AVG defense in most scenarios, and the scenario that they're facing right now. They are changing the operators a bit. Finka's being brought on the board. I actually like this, because thinking about it, right? A lot of this kind of turmoil is happening.
Did you just say thinking about it?
Yeah, think about it.
Finka. I'm thinking about it.
See, that's not where I was going, but yeah, think about it, right?
I'm thinking about it.
Finka against BDS, a gunfight-heavy team. I mean, if I was Lost One, I'd want to get a bit of a health boost, you know, a little bit of a help in those gunfights, and it just keeps finding kills. Dots and Dash, they're doing magical things here for Lost One. Alemis falls early. He's on the Goyo, so his gadget lives on, can still stall for time later in the round. The Finka might do some good work here. The Ying, of course, to execute later on. No heart breach, however, not even a secondary can opener, so all the walls that are reinforced will stay reinforced.
It was a Brazil versus Brazil matchup back when we used to cast Pro League out of Poland.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Liquid versus somebody else. I can't remember.
I don't remember that team.
It was like Team Liquid? You don't remember Team Liquid?
No, that's somebody else.
It was like Team Liquid versus Boot Camp or something like that, or maybe it might have been Team One. I can't remember.
Okay.
And Team Liquid just didn't bring any hard breach on Villa, which at the time was unheard of. It was unthinkable, and it worked. It absolutely worked out. I mean, I guess if you just go for straight kills, overrun the bomb site, box them out, bring your anti-flank, it'll work out, I suppose. Alems is dead, by the way, so BDS have lost one. Starting out on good footing.
Yep, that's a nice one. I remember Reciprocity in North America. They started doing the same thing where they play no hard breach and people question them for it, but it works out. Execute comes from lost one, aggression starts what?
Renshiro has the shotgun out and that thing just does wonders! Renshi, 2 massive kills! Cannot outsmart Loben, charging up the stairs with the Finka LMG in hand. 1 adrenal surge left, waiting for it to recharge. A 3v3. Big moment for BDS. All because of Renshi. Oh, nice shot from Tots onto EFAC. Shaiko and Bride in a 2v3. Bride hasn't really had an opportunity to show off the skills in Villa the same way that he did on Skyscraper. But if there's 2 players on this team that you want to do well, these are them. Well, 1 now. It's just Bride, a down, but cannot do much against Dots. Lost one, gets 2 rounds in a row. The timeout seemingly settling the nerves. Tie game.
Once again, the timeout is actually doing wonders for them, and I'm stunned by what happened in that round. Renshi's double kill was absolutely absurd, but then Dots rappelling in 90 window as well, hitting a nice, there it is. I mean, if Renshi gets the triple there, that is going straight onto YouTube. Even the double can probably go in there. But Dots 90 rappel in, getting the pre-fire onto red stairs, and the second wall bang onto Shago on the bar desk. Round defining kills for Lost One. It gets them in both times. Of course you get 2 kills, and you're shutting down key positions. Red stairs and bar desk all within the span of 20 seconds. And the other members of Lost One didn't really do that much work because it was done for them by Dots. Lem's falling early a lot of rounds in this particular matchup. It was the same story on Skyscraper. Lem's was 0-5 or 0-6 before anything started happening. And sure, he is 2 for 2 right now, but he's falling in the first 20 to 30 seconds. It's way too early, especially in Villa. Unless you're spawn peeking or getting caught somewhere for whatever reason, you shouldn't really be dying that early in the round, given how big the map is and how long it takes attackers to reach the building in the first place.
Lost also aren't being that quick on this map either. I mean, it's not like they're taking their time the same they did on Skyscraper. They're certainly not as slow as we've seen them be. But this is no pace that can't be evenly matched by a good roam or a very hard anchor setup on defense. You know, there's nothing that I've really seen, at least so far. Maybe we've missed it. But there's nothing I've really seen so far from these Lost executes that have wowed me that BDS should be having a great degree of trouble on when it comes to entry.
No, I agree with you. I mean, it all really boils down to a simplicity of gunfights, right? It's like if you win the gunfights with a nice shot, then that's that. And right now, Lost One, they are shooting back. They're in great form. BDS going for a more structured setup right now, playing that red stairs hole with magnets. Toggle shield on site has not been destroyed yet, so Shaiko can assist as a second entry, or second helper essentially. Renshi fishing below, finds another head. SMG-11 is a monstrous gun in this guy's hands.
Dash down, BDS with that very first kill. Shaiko looking for more. Does a lot of damage. The adrenal surge keeps them in it. EFAC doesn't want any of that smoke. He goes down, but Maya does. That engagement favors Loss, and Maya gets on the board with kill number 1. Nitro Cell hucked out by a Lems, but target is not found. Open has so many bullets. Still 40 to go after dispatching a Lems, and BDS are reduced to Renshiro and Bride.
I'm getting PTSD from this Finka LMG. I'm scared right now. And I'm sure if you're BDS, we all knew what happened during that meta for like 6 months. The Finka LMG is the scariest thing that's ever happened to Rainbow Six Siege in terms of pure like gunplay and raw power. C4, prepped and ready and sort of short. But the thing is, Lost One already passed that point. Instead of long, it shouldn't do too much damage unless you walk back onto it. Nope, does nothing.
BDS, though, still in the same position. It's almost like we were sharing a brain right there. And she's been spotted both by a player and by a drone. How well can he deal with this SMG-11? That'll be a tight spot. And crept up on by Rise. The back stairs. Shotgun out. Oh, and Renshi gets the kill. It's all up to Bride as Dot secures. Bride taking some damage, what looked like from the fires. Dot's getting the plant down. Bride will need to kill the Overwatch first. Can't do it. He's good in clutches, but it seems like, well, his luck might have ran out in this matchup. 3 in a row from Lost One.
Timeout as well. After this replay by BDS, they too need to rein things back in control. Renshi there. Oh, you know what happened? Renshi didn't cock the shotgun after firing his previous bullet. That's why it was a delayed shot from his side. It's a very unfortunate circumstance when that happens, because that could have made a huge difference in the round, because of the deployable shield position that he would be conquering or holding up over otherwise.
On leur donne des routes. On n'aura pas de time-out pour le côté attaque maintenant. Donc l'attaque, après, il va falloir sortir ses balls. Ok? Ok, donc là, défense master, on peut faire la même. Vraiment, go dormir, s'il vous plaît. Genre, c'est une dinguerie. Genre, vraiment, c'est simple quand même. En plus, ils ont rien changé. Ils ont fait un time-out, ils ont rien changé. C'est juste nous, on s'est excité. Allez, go. Go master, les gars. Go master, hein. Elle est passée très bien, la master. Allez, go, les gars, là. Allez, là. Go.
I'm gonna decipher the best that I can. Something about, okay, so what I gathered is either they wanna hold master bedroom, or the enemy's gonna attack master bedroom. That's all I could gather. And that might be entirely like way off. But maybe it's accurate. We'll see. At least the bomb sites has some sort of relation to master bedroom. So maybe. At the very end of that, you know, it was very first, it was very evident. It was like a strategical talk about what's going wrong, we gotta fix, etc. And then the last half is not last half, the last 10 seconds is clapping and saying, let's go, you know, good vibes, etc. And every team can benefit from having a yes man. Ligifac doing his interviews in the the EUL rather, is a very high-spirited individual, very happy, joking around, etc. If you know Lemsh back in Team Secret, Team IDK days, also back in the year 3 of EUL, also a very happy guy. So I'm sure that even during these times where things are not going BDS's way, the vibes should be alright, the mood should be in a setting where they can still thrive and find success. They will extend into Master Bedroom with deployable shield, castle barricades. Lost One, perhaps going for a downstairs take to have a ton of grenades. 6 to count, because Nuke is not banned. You can get that 3rd set. Otherwise, you gotta bring out the glass with grenades, and nobody wants to do that. Haven't seen this many grenades in a while, but this used to be the old meta just about 6 months ago, and Fink and Maverick had theirs as well, before that patch was introduced into Pro Play, or into Siege in general. Which of course affected both Maverick and Finker's play rate. Nuke then started getting banned a ton, and therefore we only see Ayana and Sledge typically with those pieces of utility.
It really is interesting to see how those operator changes completely shaped the meta, and frankly, how little it actually did. I mean, people were decrying the 1-speed change to Sledge as a killer. Oh, it's going to absolutely destroy Sledge. Oh, it's going to absolutely destroy Mute. And it just didn't. These are still incredibly pivotal operators, even if they are 1-speed. And I think it's put the game in a much healthier place. I will say it has not really fixed Zofia. Zofia, by getting her LMG nerfed and now being a 1-speed, not exactly an operator that seems to show up all that often. Renshiro looked certain to be the first casualty in this match, but while he was down, Loban died. Only now have Lost One been able to secure the kill onto Renshiro. So technically, first duel breaks even to BDS. Shaiko gets gunned down by Maya. They look very human in this matchup.
Yep, gods can bleed. Oh, okay. Just curious what happened there. Ligifac finds Dash instead. A relatively easy kill. Gets away at full HP. 3v3, however. Anyone's ball game, but Dots walks in towards Astra here. It's a huge moment.
Bride has the read on it, and there he goes. Following up, can't do more than a single kill. Lost just cleaning house right now, and EFAX return to the bomb site. Greeted at the end of a barrel. 4 in a row. for loss. BDS started off so strong, it seemed okay. It's the confidence that they displayed on Skyscraper. It's going to propel them to a 2-0. Not the case. Lost one in full control of that first half of Villa.
Now things get scary for BDS. Attack on Villa is not easy to do. And even more so, they're losing gunfights, and they're losing a ton of them. Shaiko is being out-dueled by Maya. The previous round before that, it was Dots. The Finka, when Lost One started playing that particular operator, really helped shape the course of the round, honestly, in those small moments. BDS, they might need something of their own. Now, there is one thing that BDS has that they did not have, or they didn't have last time. Ayana is on the board, so one more set of grenades will be in every single round here. On Skyscraper, Ayana was target banned by Lost One. Shaiko was forced onto Ash. Sure, he gets self-destruction. It's not quite the same. Those Gemini clones as well. Gaining further information.
5 seconds left.
Mirror being brought out. I have not seen a Villa mirror in quite some time. Both being put towards the office part of the map, so you can pretty much hold that with utility and extend into Master Bedroom with more manpower. So way to free up the soldiers, if you will. League effect on the nuke, of course, going downstairs, get in the building fast. With Vinci's phone calls, can grant him some information on him to drone for him forward. Try and go for those easy picks if they present themselves.
Though they present themselves, or you make your own luck. Shaiko was prepared for the run on the Loban. Here's the logic bomb go off. That's not a hard kill for BDS at all. You got the mute off the board. What do you have access to? A nitro cell that he did. So no explosives available from the mute any longer. Just a single nitro cell in the hands of Rise. I suppose, if we're being pedantic, get the pocket of Rise. Yes.
Yes.
Shallow and pedantic.
Dash is flanking Astro Stairs. Could easily get a kill here. They don't know. Like BDS, they checked this earlier, but it's kind of gone unseen, unnoticed, unless... No, they have no idea.
They might know that Dash is here lurking below. First round of the second half. BDS with that early advantage, but haven't been able to capitalize much off of it yet. Slowly closing in on the bomb site upstairs. EFAC taking his time down below. Renshiro spotted by Maya. Maya taking some damage, but there goes the Dokkaebi. The logic bombs had both been used by my count, Nick. And there's the flank from Dash taking out Bride. Nade will go from below. Rise sustaining some damage, but BDS still in this. Diffuser in front of Shaiko, but needs to know where the next target is going to come from. Nice shot from Alems onto Maya. And EFAC will pop the Mira window, but I don't think the nade is coordinated just well enough. They don't really have a line of sight, and Alems, no, an unfortunate team kill. BDS, you had such a good thing going, and now you've got a blind spot that's going to be exploited. Shaiko against the world. Has to tussle with the Black Mirror, gets pushed upon by the Jaeger, but he can actually rope around the site at this point. Smoke canisters will go out, one left, 20 seconds to go. That means that Shaiko will inhale some of that toxic gas, but Dots has been dropped by the nade. The Mira will need to recover. Shaiko doesn't have information though. All you need to do is play time. Rise inside of the vault. Shaiko looking to the right, but he's to the left. Running out of time. He'll swoop around, but Rise is prepared for it. That's as close as it gets. Lost pick up yet another. They are marching their way towards putting Villa into the history books.
Damn, a nice attempt for a fake out for Shaiko. A beautiful nade toss, make that 2 actually. But the flying from Dash, that is the problem for BDS. And if you go all the way back to Skyscraper, they were like 3 rounds in a row where BDS were continuously getting flanked by Lost One, but because they were winning the rounds, they might not have thought that much of it. BDS didn't even check Astro Stairs at any moment. Sure, the phone call came out, League Effect dropped down the hatch next to it, didn't hear him, but no flank drone was ever put by BDS inside of Astro, Master Bedroom, or the staircases themselves. And Dash created so much space for his team. Shaiko almost had it They couldn't quite get it. 5-2, and it again attacks on Villa. It's not easy. Lost one. They figured it out after round number what? Let's see here. After round number 3, that's where things started picking up for them. On that tertiary bomb set of Kitchen. Ever since winning that, it was 4 straight. All off the back of a tactical timeout by their coach earlier on after round number 2. BDS, they've already called their timeout. They don't have any left. So if things don't work out for attack now, yeah, well, there's no way to figure out how to fix that besides the players in the server. Coach cannot help you.
A mental reset definitely needed, especially with that team kill. How close that round came, think about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that just, it weighs in the back of your mind. These are professionals, they'll get over it in time, but
it sucks.
It does suck and it adds up. When things are already going bad, that's the last thing you want.
Not a pluggable shield here inside the master bedroom. Both teams doing the same thing. You have to clear it out, otherwise the enemy can swing the master bedroom door aggressively without being contested. Ooh, that's not ideal. Second hit goes out. We have more in pocket, don't worry about it. And the good thing is, we have 2 sets, as Vinci's on the sledge as well, is on that Astro Repel to cut the bomb set in half. Make sure nobody flanks BDS from the bathroom area and towards bathroom into master bedroom. Closet angle opened up, can jump in. Dash looking for a cheeky pistol kill. No one's peeking their heads out though just yet.
Brief pause. Walk on the mute jammer to silence the phone. Lems jumps in, but where's the intel? Loban greets him with open arms. BDS suffering the first casualty in this round. Lost one prevails. We go to a third map. Very, very quickly.
Yeah, it's not far away.
No, it's match point next. Good news for BDS, though, is that if lost one prevails, you don't end up losing out. Can't say the same other way around. Shaiko, the next one to fall. It's in the hands of Maya. You hear the P90, you think maybe it's a Solus. Nope, nope, nope. It's, in fact, the Doc. EFAC up the Astro stairs. 2 separate players to the right. Bride to take down Maya, but EFAC has his attention elsewhere. He's going to wander right into a sight line, but still managed to out-duel Dots in the process. Hello? How do you get away with that? Loban has surrendered this position inside a bathroom. He's still in there, but he's allowed BDS to get around them. Dash hugging the bomb chassis. BDS is technically still outnumbered. Damage done to EFAC, holding that diffuser. Loban will put him out of his misery. 4-match point. Lost one gets it.
Beautiful sit on crossfire. Because there's one thing Latin can do really well always. It's that synergy and playing together in gunfights. Latin, when they first came to the international stage as a region, they weren't known to be the most strategical, but oh, they could shoot back to great effect. So good so that other teams had to just say, you know what, our strats might be good, but we're going to get brute forced. And that's why other teams started thinking, okay, strats are great, but a good gunplay might be better. And you pair them together, that is how you see the current meta of Rainbow Six Siege, because every single region is learning from one another. And some people will be going, oh, what about APAC? No one learns from APAC. But let's go back. There are some very one-off things that APAC was actually the creators of. For example, we had the Ying shotgun meta way back in year 3 or so. That started over in APAC. So there, and then we even saw Ying shotgun, etc. We've seen Doc shotgun. We've seen weird kind of operator loadouts that typically should not be working out. They usually come from APAC. Then we have aggressive holds like we see in Chalet. That comes from LATAM and W7M. So every single region is constantly learning from one another, and it's why these international matches are so interesting, because that's when you see everything really come together. Of course, while these teams are boot camping before the event, you know, training during the event, you also get international scrims, practice games. So right now, when we're in Canada, you're going to see every single region scrim North American teams. Back in Berlin Major Jungstripping, you're seeing them scrim European teams. So you start getting all these things mixed together. Lemsch getting in the mix of things, gets Rise. Oh, That's way too easy. Gets Ash as well.
Seen a couple of these kills in this matchup.
We have.
Where they just walk in, they get a pick, and then they walk out. Dots slaying Shaiko. Shaiko's also had a very mortal game, 8-8. Brede 3-6. Hasn't been able to make much of an impact so far on attack. Both attacking rounds, losses 1, and they're going to continue this. EFAC is there to keep numbers close. He's gotten positive at least. The only player on the team who's actually positive right now. That's bad, and you don't see that from BDS all that often. Brede picks up 1 onto Loben. Maya retreating to the bomb site. This is a almost 1 round by BDS with Maya in a 1v3. But wait, they stack up, except for EFAC. He comes in from another part of the map, and he'll keep this matchup alive. Prior to this round, Lost One had managed to win 6 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
An incredible feat. This game is far from over. I feel like this is one of those games where we're either 3 minutes away from the end, or we're 30 minutes away from the end.
Yeah, this could definitely go out that direction. I'm curious to see if BDS will have that same kind of playstyle that we just saw throughout the rest of this, because when your back's against the wall in this, match point scenario, you have nothing to lose as the quote-unquote losing team. When you're behind, you might as well just go crazy. That round looked like it was BDS playing almost carelessly. Nobody was really entry droning. I mean, you saw Leaguefact walking alone, Lemsh walking alone, just taking gunfights, winning them, as BDS normally do. And that's it. Whereas in the previous rounds, they were being more cautious, taking it step by step, very logically, which is a correct/good way to play Rainbow Six Siege, but it clearly was not working in this particular matchup. So a change might be what they should be looking for, and they got rewarded the first time they tried it. See if they do it again. Buck from Renshi off the Dokkaebi. So just trying to think for myself where I would apply the Buck. Obviously, that would be a below case. But I did hear Leaguefact say during the player celebration something about main stairs. This could be a main stairs take. Buck goes below, do some vertical control, get the mirror windows, go office. That could definitely be the angle. Looking at the player spawns in BDS, it looks very likely as well, but Lost One, they're ready for it. They got main stairs shield, 3 ADSs. It's not going to be easy for BDS to pick that apart. Ooh.
Not one bit. Grenade goes out. Renshi's there.
No.
Maya manages to take down the Lems, but BDS finds 2 kills very quickly after that. Lost dominates the kill feed from that point forward. In the blink of an eye, 5 players have died. Brede and EFAC, the last 2 for BDS. Loss only down Maya and Dash, still with 3 players upright. And over 2 minutes to go. The craziest part of all of this. All it takes is 2 kills, and Loss propels us to Chalet to seal the deal.
Leaguefact playing this Shadow Realm here. He's using the gadget, get to a safe spot, like a blind spot for the default cameras, then walk forward. If he can get in, and Brede makes a play off that, we're looking at 2v1 in favor of BDS. But this all lies on the back of Leaguefact. Brede can't do much from his position.
Well, if their eyes set very intently on where this advance will come from. They still have hard destruction in the Hibana. A nade to go out, but nobody inside of the vault to receive it. Very hard to breach into this site without walls being opened up, and even then you usually need to establish crossfires. Lost One will have their crossfires established, believe you me. Toxic canister goes out, that's the last one from Dots. 1 minute left.
Barbed wire.
Flashes dump in, Brede goes the other way. Look at this patience from Lost One. They are not giving a single inch, and BDS has 0 intel. Inside a study, Rise prepares, waits. That's a kill for EFAC. No matter who wants to put their eyes in that direction, EFAC still comes out ahead. He and Brede will now enter from roughly the same area. Does somebody from Loss know this? Well, it's Loben playing by the A-bomb. Dots back inside a vault. That's where the nade had gone before. 30 seconds left now. So cautious for BDS. But Lost One, incredibly patient. Impact sails out. They know at least 1 player's inside of the vault. EFAC cleans up. Suddenly it's a 2v1 with Diffuser down, and in the post-plant, Loben will come in for the recover. He takes down Brede. All he needs is EFAC, and then we have a 3rd map on our hands. searching and hunting through the bomb site. Even his gadget won't save him at this point, but make some noise, maybe draw out EFAC. He's still a relatively new player. Loban hops on the diffuser. He's sticking it. EFAC needs to go. He needs to go, but EFAC gets him at the last second. Ever close. 2 in a row from BDS as they continue to put rounds on the board and stave off defeat.
I mean, that is some excellent fishing, if I could say so. You know, just in that 2v3, they spent a minute, 40 seconds across the board just figuring out how to find a gap somewhere, all off the back of League Effect's gadget, breathing, making noise, covering that barbed wire sound main stairs. And it was pointed out to me by the observer, there was a bulletproof camera on the floor of office looking at the ceiling essentially, which may or may not have been a way that League Effect could have been spotted early in the round. We'll never know. But either way, lost one. Incredible patience from them. Sitting still for that long, which is the right play to do, is not easy to do. Easy for anybody to do, rather. Jesus. But they did it. They held the crossfires. The one big issue that they encountered, there was no way to deny a default plant behind the vault door. They had one impact grenade, no C4, no smokes, etc. So what's the plan if BD just walks on in? Well, the thing is, they were not, accounting for the fact that they might lose office control. The moment Mirror dance out of office, that entire thing changes. BDS perfect read on the situation. Lost one, nobody flanked around 90, didn't really realize it, nor did they have time for it. BDS, they're in it, they're gonna fight tooth and nail, but again, one mistake, Lost one punishing them a single time. And we will see the third map, which will be Chalet.
Rome for Lost One has been very good at the start of this half, but has fallen off a little bit. The one thing that BDS has over this Lost One team is experience at a top level. A lot of these names on Lost One will look very familiar to you. They've been around quite a while. I remember casting some of these names back in Poland, or at least I'm gaslighting myself.
Sometimes that happens, doesn't it?
I mean, I've been casting Rainbow Six now for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So it's been over half a decade I've been casting this game, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of games, actually. You should go back and count them all.
I would actually love to cast the amount of, or count the amount of matches I've casted. But either way, doesn't detract from the point that I was making. BDS have patience, they have experience. But I mean, in this matchup so far, with this map, they just look like they're outmatched. It was close on map number 1.
Yeah.
It's proving to be equally close on map 2. Keep in mind, Skyscraper went to BDS 7-4. If Lost One wins this round, it's the exact same scoreline, just reversed.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it because Lost One got like 6 rounds in a row. It feels very one-sided. Now, his comeback has started to show itself.
There's Shaiko taking a ton of damage, looking for a target, can't find it. Lost One gets the very first, then the second, the third as well, a fourth, and a flawless round if they can find Renshiro. That's all they need. 1 kill separates them from a third map at the moment. Renshiro has patience, but they will just slowly close in on him and test his reflexes. He doesn't miss. A flawless end to the map. And Lost One take their own map 7-4 over BDS.
Very convincing match from Lost One. I mean, that 6 in a row after the timeout tells the entire story of how Villa went. Their attacks were phenomenal, the defenses even so. Chalet is next in the menu, and honestly, I am not sure who is favored for this matchup.
No, this is a tight one. A very, very tight matchup. BDS stormed through Yonshur